Alrighty, what's up? And we're continuing, going to do level 2. Not really a tutorial for new players, but always, most of the time these are going to be the same. Every now and then they'll swap it up, so just make sure that you do glance. Finish the level as quickly as possible. That shouldn't be a problem if your weapons are powerful enough, and you'll know if they're powerful enough if you don't have to worry about. If you don't feel that crunch, like I have to hurry up and kill all the enemies, if you're feeling that crunch and that pressure, your weapons probably aren't strong enough. If you're able to kill the enemies quick enough and your problem is you got to get to them fast enough, your weapons are probably fine. You just need longer range weapons. And the platinum rank condition: lose as few robots as possible in battle. Now, what that would mean is you do not want you can't swap out your robot. Like, if you get bored, you want to switch to another one, you can't do that, because if you destroy the robot you're in, that would count as you losing a robot. So for levels with that condition, whatever robot that you take into the battle, you want it to be durable. You want it to be able to carry. You want that one robot to be able to carry you through all the way. Because even if your Titan bar fills up, in order to deploy your Titan, you've got to self-destruct the robot that you're in. So in that circumstance, I'm going to go with Typhoon. Do not have to. I've got many other options that are just as capable. But for me, I've got 3 level 11 Ardent Yalgis, and the 4th Ardent Yalgi is level 10. So I've almost got a full set of Mark II laser weapons. Laser beams, and as you can see, they make quick work of the ticks. This is only level 2. I'm just gonna zip zop zoody bop and zap all the bugs. Every now and then use the ability just for fun. And you don't have to, but I do recommend that if you're able to, stop firing your weapons. Give your lasers time to cool down, because your drop in damage is going to cause you. Your instinct may be, oh no, the enemies are getting closer, I just have to keep firing. But even if you take a little bit of damage to let your lasers recharge, the boost you'll get back in damage will help you push the swarm back. So try not to give in to your instincts, to just constantly fire. And if you have to, mentally train yourself to allow yourself to take some damage. Because I've got an armadillo drone, which is boosting my armor and defense each time I take out an enemy, no matter how small or big it is. So all these enemies, you can see on the left hand side, I'm stacking defense bonuses. On top of that, Typhoon has a built-in armor, built-in Aegis shield. So when you've got a setup like this, it can be advantageous to take a little bit of damage temporarily, so that you can deal more damage immediately after. By continuously firing completely overhated, oh, my accent came out, my twang. By continuously firing overheated lasers, you're just lowering your damage output, and one of the conditions to gold rank this level is you want to complete the level as quickly as possible. And the fastest way to do that is to have your lasers doing as much damage as possible at all times. And you can kind of tell, oh, that's it. Yeah, you can kind of, when you play these levels long enough, repeatedly enough, you can memorize the placement. You know where the next wave of enemies are going to spawn. That is a tremendous help. Now I'm going to record doing 3. Let me check my time. I might be able. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to do another video for 3, because there's two levels. There's the first part, where you have to lose as little durability as possible while taking out 135 enemies. For this, I will be using the Typhoon again. My powerful We've got very good, very well leveled laser beam weapons, and the 1100 range. That's great. That's great for PvE. It allows you to basically, as long as you have line of sight anywhere on the map, you can take out or at least put damage on any one of the enemies. Preferably, I'd like to get this to level 9 so I can get another module slot. But we're going to be, in the next video, Stage 1, I'm going to be playing with Typhoon solo. And for the second part, we're going to have to drop our Titan as quickly as possible, because this is a unique level 3. Normally level 3 takes place in Rome, and you've got an infinite number of spawning enemies at the end, so there's no shortage of enemies to deal your damage to, and there's no shortage of enemies to kill. You just have to have a Titan that's tough enough to live long enough to do all that. However, this version, this particular week, this mission is different. It's going to take place in the canyon, and there's only going to be 125 enemies. Once you take out that 125th bug, that's it. The mission's over. If you've not been able to do the 350,000, or what is that? Yeah, 350,000. If you're not able to do that much damage in your Titan in that time, then you're not going to plat rank it. And you may be thinking, only 350,000 damage? That's going to be very easy to do in a Titan. And technically, you would be right. However, there's a caveat, there's a catch to that, because there's only so few bugs. There's only a handful of enemies. As soon as your Titan bar fills up, you have to deploy your Titan, because every single enemy that you kill and your Titan's not killing, that's just damage that you're wasting. The window is actually very remarkably small to do this. I'll touch on this real quick once again in the next video, but that's pretty much the preview for that. And in order to do the second part of Stage 2, I will be using the Hellburner. And my alternative option to the Hellburner would be to use my Dread Shell. But I've got a little bit more work put into my Hellburner, so it's going to be putting out more work for me. I'm going to be using the weapons that you see over here on the right hand side. Modules right there, as you see. I have no reason to not have the advanced repair unit. I mean, phase shift, when I'm phase shift, I'm not damaging the enemies, and I don't intend for this Hellburner to survive, which is weird because I've got the advanced repair unit. I only need that to survive long enough to do damage. I'm not trying to avoid damage, I just want to tank it. That's also why I've got a level 5 Reviver drone. Bonus 10%, it's got bonus 10% durability, and on destruction it comes back with 37% repairable durability. Man, microchips are so expensive. But I'm going to deploy my Hellburner and just go crazy, go kamikaze, no regard for my own safety. I'm going to try and take out the enemies as quickly as I can, run into groups of them, burn out, overload, take them all out the second I can. I'm going to deploy my Bahu Luchador, which I'm going to, wait a minute, what's the setup? I'm in the canyon, right? Yeah, so I'm going to be using the Vajra setups, because I need to do as much damage as possible, and even though these are not quite basic level, I've put some level into these, but these are still considered low level weapons. But as you can see, 43,000 per burst and 27,000 for the beta versions. Those are going to be doing the damage that I need. And the Luchador's Frog Splash itself, that little jump ability, that's also going to be doing the damage that I need it to be. And together, these weapons in the setup with these modules, that should be enough to get in the damage I need. As a matter of fact, I may even switch out my 2 universal slots for an onslaught. But we'll see in the next video.